Hey, welcome to Offend You. I'm Michael Vaughn. So I came across some news at ScienceDaily.com. It appears that Penn State has done a study and about the opioid epidemic may have cost U.S. government $37.8 billion in tax revenue. So their summary is the opioid epidemic may have cost U.S. state and federal government. We just said that. But they lost $37.8 billion in lost tax revenue due to opioid-related employment loss. Okay, so this might not be how the way they're trying to portray it, but it sounds to me that who cares about the people that died? What about all we care about is the taxes they could have paid if they were still alive? Wow. Maybe that wasn't the intention of this article, but that's kind of how it sounds. I don't know. Let's read. The opioid epidemic may have cost U.S. state and federal governments up to $37.8 billion in lost tax revenue due to opioid-related employment loss, according to Penn State researchers. Additionally, the researchers found that Pennsylvania was one of the states with the most lost revenue, with approximately $638.2 million lost in income and sales tax. The study looked at data between 2000 and 2016. Joel Siegel, assistant professor of health policy and administration, said that the results recently published in the journal Medical Care could help governments that are hoping to make up for lost revenue. Yeah, because, we're losing so much money from people dying. Wow. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Maybe because I have experience with this. Pisses me off, but maybe not. Let's keep reading. I haven't even read this yet, so this is like raw. I haven't prepared for anything, so let's keep going. So this is the cost that was maybe not thought about as explicitly before, however you say that, and a cost that government could potentially try to recoup, Siegel said. Instead of focusing on the cost of treating people with opiate use disorder, you could think about it in terms of potential benefit to getting people healthy, back on their feet, and back in the workforce. Are you kidding me? Are you effing kidding me? Yeah, well, instead of treating people of the problem that we caused in the first place, let's just try to think about, getting them better to pay taxes and be slaves and get in the workforce. Wow. Am I overreacting? I might be overreacting. Instead of treating people with opiate disorder, think about it of getting them back in the workforce. I'm offended. And that's awesome. Just because of the title of the show. Previous research estimated that in 2016, there were nearly 2.1 million Americans with an opioid use disorder, and approximately 64,000 deaths were the result of an opioid overdose. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, there were 2,235 opiate-related overdose deaths in Pennsylvania alone. I was a part of that 2.1 million Americans. I'm in pain, and that's what doctors gave me. It's not, and I don't blame the doctor. Okay, I have a good doctor. It's not his fault. They were told that these weren't addictive and that they were good. We were lied to by the pharmaceutical companies. And anyways, let's keep going. We wanted to take a systematic approach to how we could think about some of the tax revenue that is lost. If someone is unable to work due to opioid use, Siegel said, this could be an important consideration for either state or federal budgets. Because, we just want them to work. The researchers used data from the National Survey on Drug Use and Health, as well as information from a previous study that estimated declines in the labor force due to the opioid epidemic. They used the TAXIM, T-A-X-S-I-M, calculator from the National Bureau of Economic Research to estimate losses in tax Wow. After analyzing the data, the researchers found that from 2000 to 2016, there was an estimated decline of 1.6 million participants in the labor force. With about 68,000 of those in Pennsylvania, there were approximately about 180,000 overdose deaths, with approximately 6,100 occurring in Pennsylvania. That's a lot. I mean, what do you expect when you just dish out these drugs? Additionally, the researchers estimated losses of $11.8 billion to the state governments and $26 billion to the federal government in tax revenue due to the reductions in the labor force. For state governments, this included lost sales tax and income tax revenue. Losses to the federal government were entirely due to lost income tax revenue, because that's all we care about, you know. Fuck the people that are really suffering. We just want our taxes, is what they're saying. And I could be overreacting. I'm just kind of pissed. If I am overreacting, you know, I'll retract, apologize. But that's how I'm reading it. And if I'm reading it right, Siegel said that the results help show the value of treating people with opioid use disorder and should be considered when treating programs that are considered and evaluated. Yeah, because why help them if you're not going to make money off it, you know? The only way to bring this attention to the government is saying, oh, hey, look, you're losing money. Oh, shit. Why not treat people because they need to be treated? How about instead of just masking their pain, how about you get to the root cause? Stop just, you know, just prescribing whatever just because, you know, you got to make money and you have so many patients that you just, you know, you just write prescriptions. Why not actually sit there and do your homework and try to figure out what's wrong? Sorry. Okay. I do have to say it is good that they are trying to show that we need to treat these people. I think it's the wrong intention, but it's bringing light to it nevertheless. So, you know, this is good. I'm glad that this article is out. You know, I mean, it's just that, I don't know. The state of Pennsylvania has been developing some innovative programs and are results from something to consider as these programs are being considered for implementation, Siegel said. Not only are treatment programs beneficial to the individual and to society, but if you're thinking about the total cost of these treatment programs, future earnings from tax revenue could help offset a piece of that. So there's the story source, materials provided by Penn State. Here's some journal reference. If you go to ScienceDaily.com or ScienceDaily.com, you can find this article and read it for yourself. I understand you have to. It's good to evaluate everything, including cost and how it affects and impacts on society and, you know, economically. And I understand. It just pisses me off because it just seems like nobody gives a shit about the people suffering, real suffering, you know, and that need pain medication. And all they care about is money and taxes. So I guess if you want your community, if you want help in your community, just say that you'll pay taxes and you'll get help, I guess. All right, well, I will be, I'm going to be following the opioid epidemic very closely, so anyways, don't take my, my irritation towards this article to become irritated yourself. read this article and you come to your conclusion. You know, read other articles too, but I could have been overreacting. It just upsets me. You know, I don't consider myself a victim of the opioid, but instead of victim, I like to say experienced. So, or experience. So, all right. Thanks for watching. And new videos will be coming up. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe, share. And if you're suffering from opioid, please comment. I'd love to hear your story. I'll tell my story. If you want me to tell your story, I will. All right. Thanks for watching.